Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video. Today we're looking at VR Troopers issue 2, and this is a mini-series. This is written by Mairghread Scott, colors by J.P. Jordan. Then we got Sebastian Piriz on illustrations, and letters by Taylor Esposito. And I apologize if I said any names incorrectly. So our story begins with, well, a very tired Kaitlin, and Ryan has brought some donuts to, bribe them. So our story begins with them talking about what happened last night and how do they move forward. So Ryan wants to go target fugitives, but there are some other questions that need answering because there are a lot of perhaps potential secrets out there. And this is where the theory from JP and Kaitlin wants to share this, is that they believe that the unconscious woman was actually the creature, and then there is the theory that virtual reality devices used where these creatures can come in like a computer virus, and it belongs to Ziktor Industries. And they did a whole campaign how they can be tampered and stuff like that. But perhaps they've been brainwashing people to take minimum wage or mess with minimum wage laws. So there's some shady stuff on there. So Kaitlin is going to investigate Zika, and she leaves the caveat to that, JB, you need to go share some information with Ron of other stuff we found out. So investigating journalist as she was in a show, and I said last issue that Kaitlin wasn't given very much in that issue, but in this issue she is finally given the limelight very quickly. So the ensemble is there and is being told by all three of them, being given sort of equal amount of stuff to do, information, etc. So she does her things to get into, well, some places she should not be in. And at breaking news, corporation is super evil. Meanwhile, JB shares information that the person that they were fighting is some sort of relation. However, Ryan says, well, after my mum passed, my dad wasn't interested in dating at all. It never interested him. And then JB said, did you see your dad's body? And that's where it sort of comes in. What, you think it was my dad? And tried to kill me. So we have Saint Scoopy sneaking up on her, and she VR trooper transformed quite quickly. But as they start fighting, she starts trying to get information out of him, and he realizes, well, actually, you don't really have any information, and I'm not really here to share. Emergency button is raised, and it's an intruder alert. And Ziktor is alert. He looks, he does look menacing there, but it doesn't feel like that blonde guy in the suit. He looked like he was a bodybuilder or weightlifter anyway. It's got a little element of, it feels like, do you know, like a skinny sort of villain that turns into a big villain? That's what it sort of feels like here. So now that Kaitlin's tried to blast out, there is no way out. And this is where she learns that I never said I was working for Ziktor. You know, she figures out that perhaps he is trying to get information as well. So as they go in, they try to, so we learn that Kaitlin's new friend is a traitor to Ziktor and his organization. It makes perfect sense if he is who we think he is. She goes to do we call it demorph or de-trooperize? She goes to do that. However, he takes the trooper, which he wanted last time from Ryan, and shoves her towards Ziktor so he can escape. Well, we think it's a he. So he escapes, got freedom. However, Kaitlin is in a cage, and this is where Ziktor has become... Sorry, 1 second. Grimlord. I couldn't remember. I don't know why. I read this like 5 minutes ago. He says because of the Eltarians and the VR troopers, that he is closer to his greatest triumph because nobody has been focused on what he's doing. Whereas if you remember in the series, in that reality, the VR troopers were stopping them, but here they are distracted and the Eltarians sort of control the narrative with them. So his gateway is nearly complete, so virtual reality can come into this world, which I believe was always the ultimate goal. And the planet belongs to Taurin, but reality will belong to Grimlord. Whatever that means. We will find out. I actually enjoyed this issue more than the first issue. I mean, it's always very difficult indeed. We got Reader's Rewind. I do apologize. I am behind on reviews. I will catch up. I've had some comic issues over the last few months, which most people perhaps know, so some of my reviews are no longer flowing. We've also got Power Rangers Reignition, something I wasn't going to do. However, I've started reviewing them, so if you like that sort of stuff, check out my channel. If you like what I'm doing, check out my, I appreciate you subscribing. Thank you for taking time to watch the video. Really appreciate it. Make sure you look after yourself. Thank you to everybody that's subscribed already. And embrace geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.